Statistically speaking, a lot of you guys are probably back in school right now, and you probably have been for at least a month. This video is for you guys. And if you're not in school, keep watching if you want. I am no gatekeeper of knowledge. The education system, especially college, is really hard. The expectation is that you constantly give it your all, and sometimes it can feel like everyone around you has everything figured out, but you're still lagging behind. No matter what you do, you can't seem to catch up, so you add more to your schedule, you try to work harder, try to reach the level of success that everyone else has seemingly reached. You work harder, stay up later, and keep trying, but nothing seems to work. You feel like a failure. And you think that if you're a failure, you might as well give up at this point. Maybe school isn't the right thing for you, you think. Maybe you're just not good enough for it. Hi, my name is Liberty Czarnik, and as a person who's gone through this a lot, I'm here to tell you that this is not the case! A more accurate interpretation is that you're experiencing a little thing I like to call burnout, and you probably need a break. No, not dropping out, just incorporating some little habits that will make you feel more refreshed. Usually by this point in the fall, I'm already burning out, so I thought, hey, maybe other people go through this too. So here's what I've managed to incorporate into my life to make it just a little easier. Set your alarm for 15 minutes before you think you have to wake up for something. This allows for plenty of time to sit in bed and do nothing for a little bit, and is honestly one of my favorite parts of the day. The most important thing about this habit is that now you have some time to be lazy, not to be more productive. Give yourself time to fill your tank before you hit the ground running. Get a mini notebook, and before you go to bed, write down one thing that made you happy that day in it. I've done this for about 4 or 5 years now, and every year I add something else onto it, like write down the people I made smile that day, or write down some advice for my future self. It puts me in a really good mood before I go to bed, and looking back on all the fun I had over the past few years is a nice reminder that, hey, life isn't all that bad. Recklessly embrace the things you enjoy. This one is surprisingly really hard, especially if you don't realize that you haven't been doing it. I'm gonna be honest, I used to be really embarrassed about liking obscure things that didn't match up well together, but once I realized that not only did people accept my hodgepodge of a personality, but they also liked me because of it, the more I genuinely wanted to do the things I actually enjoy. Yeah, I like math and film and screamo and cartoons and plants and ripped jeans and crazy socks and lots of other stuff. Sometimes I spend my nights playing board games and Dungeons and Dragons, other nights I binge-watch cartoons from 2001, Disney Channel original movies, and 90 Day Fiancé reruns. And I love it! It's what makes me, me. If you feel embarrassed for what you enjoy, you're way more likely to enjoy it less. Give yourself room to be silly and comfortable with the things that make you happy. You'll feel a lot better for it. Carry around a water bottle with you everywhere, even if it's a tiny one. I've found that if I just give myself the opportunity to do something rather than tell myself I have to do it, I'll follow through without even thinking. Therefore, the more opportunities you give yourself to drink water, the better. Learn how to do or make one thing by yourself that you usually get done or buy pre-made for you. Did you know that you can buy blank sheep face masks and add your own stuff for them for way cheaper than normal ones? Did you know that there are hundreds of free tutorials online on guided yoga, shaping your eyebrows, making your favorite meals, and tons of other stuff? Now, this isn't to say that you can't enjoy buying things, but this has definitely helped me feel a lot more financially independent, and it's pretty fun. Download a flashcard app, not sponsored, but I love AnkiDroid. I have to check if it's AnkiDroid or OnkiDroid, link in the description. And put all of your key vocab terms and concepts from classes into it. Take 5 minutes after every class to add flashcards. Or 1 minute. Whatever amount of time you have to do it consistently, add flashcards. Now every time you want to scroll through social media, there's an easy alternative that will help you out a ton over time. Seriously, this is how I saved my grade in economics my sophomore year of college. It's a lifesaver. If you have the time to walk around, take the long way once in a while. Sometimes it's nice to just take a long walk, even if it's going down a few flights of stairs instead of taking the elevator, or just taking a slightly longer walk to class than your usual shortcut. It's nice to take some time and just walk off those thoughts constantly jumbled up in your head throughout the day. Also, if the thought of working out is too much, taking a walk is way more feasible and is way better than nothing. And if you can't walk, even sitting in the sun just feels nice. Just being outside for a little bit longer than usual really improves my mood, and I think it'll help you guys out too. Write a letter to a friend or relative. Ask them how they're doing, tell them about your life, doodle a fun picture. I don't know about you, but getting handwritten letters from friends and family makes me so giddy, and it's just fun to spread some of that giddiness around once in a while. I know I mentioned this in my How I Spent Quarantine video, but it's legitimately one of my favorite things to do to de-stress, so I think it bears repeating. Take a day to do absolutely nothing. If you don't have an entire day, take 3 hours. If you think you'll get bored, trust me, you won't. Whenever I give myself time like this, I usually end up watching a movie I've been meaning to watch for months, or cook a meal I've never tried, or just do something I haven't had enough time to get into. It's important to feed your passions once in a while, and the best way to do that is to leave yourself an amount of time where nothing is planned, and see where that time takes you. Now, I should probably say I am not a licensed psychologist or therapist. This is just what I've found works for me. But I'm also gonna be honest, my freshman year of college was a lot to handle. I got burnt out a lot that year, but I also learned how to come back from it. So if you're feeling burnt out in college or in school, you're not alone. I also ended up talking to a therapist a few times last year, and let me tell you, that helped more than anything. Most campuses have therapists available free of charge, and if you haven't tried talking with one, I highly suggest it. It helped me manage my stress and anxiety a lot better, and sometimes it's just nice to vent to someone. And you're not broken or anything for using it. If anything, it's taking charge and being strong enough to say you need help. And that's okay. I hope you guys are having a great October, and stay sane out there, guys. Thank you so much for the fan art, and with that, I'll see you in the next video. Pizza out.